Good morning! It is the day for the Oddities market and I'm already running late. I'm 8 minutes late. I wanted to leave by 10 so we can get there at 11, but the makeup took a little bit longer than I expected. I got a little bit wacky with it. I had to do a little bit of experimental stuff for this, but I like it. I like the way it came out. I finished this dress up a couple days ago, maybe a week ago. I started working on it in May. But in May, I was thinking about, or I wanted to go to Spookala, wasn't able to make it because of work. But like at the end of the day, I'm really glad that I wasn't able to because it gave me time to get my makeup in. And this outfit is just so dang cute. And I was like super patient with it, which makes me feel better about the end product. I'm going to edit a TikTok video and wake my husband up because we're late. We're finally in the car and it's 10:28. So we're not gonna make it there by 11. There's no way. But I haven't posted my TikTok video, but I edited it. I did film a Betty Boop video too, because I kind of feel like this is giving 20s in a way, like 40s to 20s. So we're finally on our way. We're here. We're just getting into parking. It's 11:18. There's a dog agility show going on today, I think. I don't know. There was a sign pointing to dog agility, and I don't know what we're doing at the Spooky Oddities thing. There's a dog show. It was much bigger than last year, which is incredible. Like, there were so much more vendors there. I think last year there's like 80 plus vendors, but this year there's 200 plus. And like, there were only like 2-3 empty booths. And I don't know if it's because they didn't get filled or if it's because the vendor wasn't able to make it, but it was really, really nice. There's a lot of space until like around noonish, maybe 1. It got really packed in there. So we went and watched the carnival thing, circus. I don't know. There were like a lot of like scary acts and we sat in the very back, so I don't really have good footage of it, but it was really good. And now we're heading to go get sushi. But I have a whole bag of stuff in here, which I'll show y'all when we get home. It's sushi time. So full. We're home. I just woke up from the most monstrous nap. So restful. As somebody who has a very not so good social battery, it's always good to take a nap afterwards. Also, plus we were super full from sushi and it was raining. It was like triple knockout. Now let's do this haul. I'm gonna start off with the very first thing that I bought because I always buy from Scribble Creatures. Every time I see her booth, I just feel compelled to it. Like, she gets more like pastel goth, more into the food stuff. Like, every single time I see her booth. And like, eventually I want to buy some of her bigger pieces, like her Ita bag. I see it every single time, and I swear to God, the day that she puts the lavender one out, I'll die. But I'm gonna start with hers because I have 2 of the pins in my shirt to keep my straps up, and they're kind of like digging in, especially after taking a nap. So, hi Apollo! So I just plugged in my ring light. It's reflecting off my back wall because it was just a little bit too yellow in the screen for me. But starting off with this pin, I love the moon theme. I love the bats. I love the sparkles. I love that it's kind of like, it's Kiki. I don't know. Maybe it's not based off of Kiki's adventure, but to me, it looks like that's supposed to be Gigi and that's supposed to be Kiki. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too far into it, but it's so cute. I'm such a fan. I love that they have like the pastel bats and then the moon, obviously. It's like me. This one on the back came with white push things to hold it on. I unfortunately lost one at the convention and it's a little sad, but it's alright. Like, it did its job. It kept my shoulder straps up. The next one from Scribble Creatures is this little ghosty. I have another one that's kind of like this. Let me pull it out real quick. I remember seeing this when I went to MegaCon and I was like, oh, I have to have it because I love desserts. I love the motif. This one matched my outfit. I have a bat on the back of my bandana and I just thought it would be cute because like my makeup was also green today, and then like the bats, I mean, I already said the bats. As soon as I got to her booth, I knew I was going to use it to hold my straps up. She was so sweet to sell it to me for the pin deal. I think she started recognizing me because I see her like all the time. Every single time I go to Spooky Convention, I always make sure to stop by and say hi. Ish. I don't know. I don't really say hi. I just end up buying something for her because I really, really love her art. Okay, I'm back in my PJs. I realized that I was going to be uncomfortable if I didn't put my PJs on. So, PJs, ta-da! One more thing from Scribble Creatures. This is the last one I got from Scribble Creatures. I think I saw it at MegaCon and I really wanted to get it, but like I had my eye on 3 other ones. I tried to buy 3 at a time because like I want to spread my money throughout the show. Like I could probably buy everything at her table if I could, but I want to support more artists and like learn about more artists, and if I spent all my money in one location I'd leave immediately. I love the popcorn theme, and like as soon as I saw it, my husband was like, yeah, you could wear that whenever you go to the movies. Whenever you go to the movies, which is almost never. I haven't gone to the movies since Mario, maybe? I think there was one other movie we went out to go see, but I think it's still going to be a cute little outfit idea. It's probably going to go well with one of the, like, the top I wore last week for Epic Universe. Next time I wear it, I might wear it to Universal, so, like, I think it would go very well. I actually have mutual on TikTok and it reminded me of them because they have like a popcorn like cord. Like they wear a lot of popcorn related like cords and like I think other foods, but I can't remember. But I just thought of them immediately, so look how cute. Next from Alien Fant. I end up buying from them a lot. The first time I purchased from them was also at last year's Oddities market, and this one looks super cool. I didn't see this one at first. I was busy looking at their, I think they're pins, and then also they have a lot of hair accessories. I bought earrings from them last time I saw them and they still had them in stock, which made me very happy. I did buy the last one when I went to MegaCon. I wear them all the time. They're like these little bat earrings that I don't have on me right now, but this is a significant size. It's such a cute idea for a brooch. I use a lot of enamel pins as brooches, and sometimes I'll like do like if I'm wearing like a ribbon, I'll have it stick to the top and have it dangle. I think this one I could probably DIY like another kind of dangle thing. That would be cute. Or like a bolero. I don't know, is it called a bolero? I know there's like the 1940s boleros, but for some reason I'm thinking of like the little ties that have like the little thing that hangs on it and like you can kind of adjust it's a cowboy wear. This one was kind of hiding in the back. Most of them were clear, I want to say, but this one was hiding. As soon as I saw the pink, my eye darted to it because I love pink and I love glitter, and I couldn't leave without it. It's so pretty. The next 2 I picked up like on my way out. We were like on our last leg, our last lap before everybody's like, oh, I can't do this anymore. There were a lot of people. I ended up going into their booth and digging through their pins. While I was digging in it, I saw this pin. I quote this all the time. I choose you. It's from Ralph Wiggum in The Simpsons. And I say it all the time because I don't know, that like episode stuck in my head. And maybe because I have rejection sensitivity, but when Ralph Wiggum's like his heart breaks and Bart kind of makes fun of him because like there's like you could see the moment that his heart breaks, and I know it was exaggerated for a cartoon, but like it made me very sad for him. And I don't know, like I have a soft spot in my heart for Ralph Wiggum. But anyways, also that it's a train. And I don't know if I've mentioned it. I probably have. I'm a big fan of public transportation. I'm not just like into trains because, you know, it's the neurodiverse thing to do. And trains are part of public transportation. So, yeah. I had to have this as soon as I saw it. I'm like, okay. I screamed. I'm like, oh my god. The next one I got was this little tiny froggy. He was sitting on top. And I was just going to buy one. But I saw the pink and my eyes immediately darted over to it. And then I realized it was a frog, and I kind of really like frogs. I think they're cute. When we were in California, we went to the Aquarium of the Pacific. They have this like area that was just frogs, and I think we spent a good hour there because my husband and I both like frogs. I think I like frogs more than him, which it's not a competition, to be honest. I used to have frogs when I was younger. So I grew up kind of backwoodsy, right? We had a little retention pond in the backyard, and it's Florida, so it rained a lot. So we would get like a lot of pond animals, and frogs were one of them. I don't know what kind of frogs, but frogs were one of them. Me and like some of the neighbors, we would go to that retention pond and like scoop up some tadpole eggs and like minnows, and then bring them home and then put them in like a little tank, which, like, looking at it now, that's probably not the best thing to do, but like when you're a kid growing up in the sticks, you know, you kind of just do whatever you can to do fun things. So anyways, I picked up a bunch of tadpoles, put them in our little aquarium. They all grew up. I couldn't feed them because, like, yeah, we had bugs in the house because like we would keep the windows open because AC is expensive. And whenever we could afford to keep the windows open with the spring weather, we would. I ended up like releasing them into the house, and my mom, I don't think she forgave me. I don't think she ever forgave me for letting that happen in the house. I tried to keep like my bedroom door closed so that my mom wouldn't see them and that they wouldn't escape the room. I don't know if that helped. I'm sorry, Mom. I loved frogs and I loved fish. I really, really, really wanted a pet, and I couldn't have one. That was my way of having a pet, so I'm sorry, and I'm sorry to all those frogs. Next we have from the Velvet Coffin this little necklace. I didn't realize this until I was opening like the plastic package, but they hole punched little stars in there. I need to get that hole puncher because that's pretty cute. I think I want to use it for something. I think I bought from them before, maybe at Spooky Empire or Spookala, because that's the one I actually went to, Spookala. I think this would fit very well in my pastel goth range. I'm not really a fan of pastel orange, but I am a fan of stars. I am a fan of these shades of purple. I do know that I need to start on my Halloween projects, and I do like this. I wanted more like necklaces because most times I just go and I buy enamel pins, and sometimes I'll buy earrings depending on my mood, but I'm always out on the lookout for necklaces just because I feel like I don't accessorize with necklaces very much. I think a very important part about like alternative fashion is accessorizing. It isn't about the clothes, because like a lot of alternative people, we thrifted to get into our alternative scene because there's not clothes made for us. Each of us have individual style. That's why we're alternative. And I feel like a big part of that is wearing jewelry. The jewelry makes the outfit a lot of times. Like a lot of us, when we are thrifting or making clothes, we kind of can only get like a black shirt. I don't know where I'm going with that, to be honest. I'm just saying that accessories are like really important for an alternative wardrobe, and I'm very happy that I found this necklace because it's gonna go very well with some of my other spooky outfits. I don't remember where I got this one. I think I might have I think it's Monarch Manor. I think this is who gave it to me. I know for sure I put it in my TikTok. For the vendors that have canopies, I really, really wanted to go inside, and I really, really like that they have the canopies. However, they got really, really full very fast because it was a very busy thing. It's not entirely just because like it was tiny. I mean, each booth is tiny, but like a lot of them needed to have the little canopy over or the tent over so that they could like show off their UV lights or like their lamps or just the way that their stuff works. It's just what they needed for their merchandise and to showcase their merchandise. I think this was one of the only ones I was able to go into because there was just so many crowds around, and I absolutely feel really bad because when I went in there, they were talking to another guest customer, and I feel like I kind of interrupted their conversation just to ask about some stuff. Actually, that was a different tent. That was one with lamps, which I have a video right here, and those lamps were gorgeous. I really, really, really wanted one, but I couldn't financially do it at this point. Either way, the canopy ones, love most of their art. Feel really socially awkward trying to get in there. Anyways, this one has like a little heart in there. That's so pretty. I have always been a fan of this kind of style of shadow boxing. I don't think it's called shadow boxing. I don't remember what it's called, but I love the dead flower motif. They also had some that were like skulls of small creatures, and I don't remember what they were. And like bones don't really fit into my aesthetic. Like I do have like skeleton hand bones, but I think that's because it's just an easy one to pick up for me. I think the first one I got was from like Claire's or something, and sometimes I'll pick them up to like support small artists. But the flower ones absolutely fit into my fashion, so I had to pick it up. I don't think I've ever worn like a bow like this, but I'm very excited to wear it because I think I could like do a Gibson tuck type deal and then put this on the bottom of the Gibson tuck, because I think I've seen like what is it, 1940s pictures of women wearing bows down at the bottom of their hair and letting the ribbon fall down. If not, I could probably just wear it in general. I could honestly maybe wear it to work. I think the cameo or whatever the shadow box thing is called, that might be a little bit too much. I work in like a family friendly area, but either way, I can't wait to wear this with one of my outfits. It's so cute. One of my favorite things about hauls is because I have ADHD, I literally forget about what I have because I can't visibly see it. It came in this container. These next pins I'm so excited about. The art is so pretty and the artists were so very sweet. There were two artists at this table. One of them was doing like the digital like drawing kind of art stuff. The other one was doing like the fashion art, if that makes sense. They made bags. One of the bags, I saw them at MegaCon and I still want to buy from them, and I've been looking at them every single time I see them at a spooky convention. I just don't have the money to purchase it yet. They have a Tamagotchi Ida bag. I want it so bad. The artist is Russell Reynolds. They also have like the heart-shaped Ida bag. There's a black one, and I know there was a pink one because that's what caught my attention the first time I saw them at MegaCon. I want it. I need to save money because I know I'm going to see them again. I believe that Ida bag has been doing very well. Yes, same with the Tamagotchi one. I believe those two are doing very well enough for them to bring it to multiple shows, and I want to purchase one before they stop creating it. But I need to start making money off my Etsy stuff before I do that. Anyways, let's talk about the enamel pins that I bought from them. So starting off with this Ouija placard, I noticed this and at first I was like, that can't be Sailor Moon, can it? And then like I got closer to it and it was, and I was like, okay, I have to get it because Sailor Moon was one of my favorite animes growing up. It's got kind of what got me into fashion, to be honest, especially J fashion. I remember when I was a kid, I had this neighbor. So okay, let's back up. When I was a kid, I ended up living in a hotel for like a year. My family had some issues or something, I don't know. We lived in a hotel for a year, and one of my hotel neighbors, who also happened to live at the hotel, me and her would watch Sailor Moon and listen to the Sailor Moon soundtrack every single day. Same with Pokemon. Like there was like a Pokemon board game. We would go over to her, like to her room, and then we would like talk about Pokemon and play this little Pokemon board game. Sailor Moon has a very special place in my heart. So when I saw a spooky Sailor Moon thing, I had to pick it up. I'm not much of a Ouija board person, but I do love the aesthetics of it. I love that it's Sailor Moon. So cute. This next one I'm very happy to have. The artist was standing there, and when I pointed it out, they were like, that's my favorite one. And they pointed out that they had like the shirt on of it. Look how pretty she is. I love the moon in the background. I love the stars. I love the slime that's like oil slick slime. It's so gorgeous. They had a bunch of different enamel pins that had different like characters and different like backdrops. This one obviously caught my eyes. I mean, look at me. Look at me. Like, I want to be her. Like, look how gorgeous this pin is. I can't wait to wear this. I don't know what's going to be the best outfit to wear this with. I think I can pair a bandana with this one. This is just so pretty. Speaking of fashion, right before I woke up, I dreamt of like a woman wearing like this hair thing with like drippy black down here and like a light purple lavender shirt, and like now I can't stop thinking about it because I want to make it. One of my favorite things about fashion is layering, and layering black on top of like pastel colors is such a good move. And I want to make like a drippy kind of hat thing, something that has like dangly pieces coming down. I don't know if I can crochet it. It might be something like a witch hat that I can make. I've been wanting to make a witch hat for my Etsy shop, but that's something that kind of scares me, not gonna lie. So we'll see. We'll see. I can't stop thinking about like the dangly bits. Oh, I forgot to mention the back of it. The back has little stars as the pin backs. That's so cute. Lastly, we've got makeup. I'm gonna show you the card first, the business card. I've always been a fan of their business card. I bought from them for the first time at the last Oddities, Orlando Oddities show. I have to say, I think this card is better quality than last time. Not that it's competition or anything, but like I almost don't want to throw it away because like it's like card texture, like swipe card texture, and it's just so pretty. Like this in and of itself is art. And I don't know if it was a sticker or something. I don't do stickers because if I have sticker regret, but I would absolutely put this in a sticker book if I could. So Sinister Love is one of those makeup companies that I buy from because I love the aesthetics of their makeup. This year I bought this Graveyard Glam. I believe this is the lip gloss. Yeah, this is the lip gloss. And it's very similar to the lipstick I bought last year, with the case at least. It's like this vial of poison, kind of. It's kind of the vibe it gets. This one, I forgot what the package looked like, to be honest, but I saw glitter gloss and I'm like, okay, I gotta do it. But this is called Spellbound, and this one I know I'm gonna wear pretty often. If anything, I could wear it like a blush, like a sparkly blush, if I get tired of wearing it as a lip gloss. The skull on the top is kind of cute. Like I said, I'm not really into like the skulls or skeleton type motifs, but this one's cute for me. And then let me like do a swatch. There's not really a smell to it. It kind of just smells like lip gloss. I have a lot of lip glosses that smell a little bit fruity and it makes me want to eat it. This one doesn't give me that smell, so I think I'm gonna probably be able to wear it a little bit longer. All right, I'm gonna bring the ring light over so that we can get a better view of what it looks like. Oop, so bright. But that's what it looks like on my arm. You can't really see the glitter gloss on it, but that's all right. I think it's gonna be like, it's pretty pigmented, which I love a pigmented gloss. Lately, I've been getting really into lip glosses, and because like they're better for your mouth care, a lot of times we in an alternative community get stuck on these like dry black lipsticks, and it's just so bad for your lip health because like it like gives you the peeling. I am a person that stims. One of my stims is literally like peeling off the dead skins on my lip, and that's just so gross and it hurts so bad. We need more moisturizing kind of lip wear, and having pigmented colors like this, I don't know when I'm gonna wear it next. Probably, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I might do an outfit tomorrow. Like my hair's still pretty good even after my nap, so I feel like I want to put on an outfit tomorrow, but I'm excited about it. This is so pretty. Even like smudging it off, like I think you can kind of see the glitter from there. It leaves a nice little color behind, which I know not everybody's a fan of. I've been really into like lip tints from Asia, and lip tints, like they stain your lip for a while, so you don't have to worry about reapplying all the time. My natural lip color is like kind of a lighter color than I'd like. I think this being stained on my lip, it's gonna be very pretty. I was just gonna buy the lip gloss, but then I looked over and I saw this container and I asked about it. This is their potted gel. It's so cute. Like, look at that bottle. I think they called it the Nevermore. What is it called? Nevermore eyeliner brush and gel. I've been getting into more like gel liners. You can kind of see it smudging away on my face right now. And I love how cute this container is. Here's like a little brush, which is perfect because I've been using like a rinky-dink brush that I've had forever, which like honestly is not that bad of a thing. I'm okay with having it, but like having a cute decorative brush is something that I love decorative packaging. If makeup, all makeup could come in decorative packaging, I'd be so poor. I want to get into like learning how to do like repackaging some of my stuff because like, oh god, because I have like these Revlon makeup sets. I don't like the case it came in because it's kind of boring. It does the job, it does what I need it to do. I use it as a blush. I'd love to repurpose it or put it into another container where it'd be like more compactable, like, or maybe like a little tiny, like we have these half magic ones. I love that it comes in these recyclable containers, but it doesn't close right now because it's kind of flimsy, which is fine. That's fine. I'm not mad at it. I want to put it into like a rewashable container so that I can just bring it to like, I don't know, put it in my backpack to like quickly put on after like a water park, or if like I really mess up my makeup somehow. This comes with a little bit of the potted eyeliner. I think, yeah, it's down there at the bottom, which is kind of like low, but that's okay. Like I know I can restock this, refill it. I don't know the quality of it. Let me do this little number. That kind of came out pretty well. Like a little bit goes a long way with potted gels, so I'll always be a fan of it. I like barely tipped in there. You can't even see how much I took off. So a little bit goes a long way with painted gels or potted gels, and I'm very, very happy with this packaging. Like, look how cute. Nevermore. They have like another makeup that I've been looking at, and it's called Lovesick, and it's a pastel palette. I just haven't like wanted to spend the money on it because it's a bunch of colors that I already have, I think, or it's close enough, and I'm like, oh, I don't need more makeup, because like consumerism in makeup is a huge issue, and I don't want to overconsume makeups. I have a couple mutuals that have just received PR packaging for makeup, and I saw the box that they received, and I'm like, ooh, like I want to receive PR packaging, but seeing that large amount, where am I going to put it? You know, I wear makeup and I do it almost every single day, but I don't want my whole house to be full with makeup, because a lot of the colors I can achieve by mixing and matching is a lot like painting. Like, if you look at makeup as an artistry instead of just like putting a face on, mixing colors is not a bad thing. So anyways, maybe I'll get the Lovesick palette, maybe not. We'll see. It really, really depends on my money issue, whatever. Yeah. All right, so my overall thoughts about this show. I know I kind of talked about it in the car, but I'm so socially awkward, and I feel so awkward when I have to film in front of my husband. He was the one driving, which I'm super grateful for, because whew, that drive, not bad, but it helped me save money, because I would have been there till 7 p.m. Knowing me, I would have been there forever, because I can go up and down aisles. I love window shopping, and I love to like, I wanted to do this, but we had a friend as well. They're both male presenting people, and I don't want like them to feel uncomfortable whenever I'm people watching, because I'm literally just gathering information on fashion and seeing what people are wearing and seeing what I would like to wear from that they have. I could have spent more time there, but I didn't. So I'm grateful to him for driving. Mr. Apollo, do you want to sit up here and talk to the people of YouTube? Or do you just want to click-clack away? You click-clack? Yeah, okay. I really, really enjoyed that they used a bigger venue this year. Last year was a little bit small. I feel like a lot of people left because there weren't that many vendors. I think there was like only 80 vendors. And I thought it was the inaugural year, but then I looked up the tags on Instagram, and they had another show in 2018. So I don't know if this is like the second consecutive year. I need to do a little bit more research into it, because I thought I went to the inaugural year, but I didn't. This new venue, we went to the Osceola Heritage Park. So it's no longer technically in Orlando, but it's in the Orlando area. And at the same time, I know I mentioned this, at the same time, there was like a doggy acrobats show, and I kind of wish I went over there. I think what's also funny, like you could tell who was the crossover crowd from the doggy show. There were a couple people, and like they stood out like sore thumbs, which, like, you know, as an alternative person, it's usually us that stands out. But like, it was kind of like the juxtaposition of it, like you can't beat it. I remember last year the line went out the door and it circled and like it. I think, where was it last year? I think it was in the Florida State Fairgrounds. I don't think that's right because I think that's in Tampa, but it was on some kind of like state fairground area in Orlando on Colonial. And either way, this venue, much bigger, much better, 200 plus vendors. Is that Chico back there? Okay, boy. Yeah, overall, the amount of space was great. I have an Insta mutual who also sells there. Like, the first time I met her was at last year's event, and she was also very happy with how everything went. Like, the first 40 minutes is when I saw her, and she's like, everything's going really well, and like it's already like feeling better than last year. I'm very appreciative of this greater venue area. It's great on both sides, both the customer side and the vendor side. They did have live shows as well, which was really cool. We only ended up watching one because I think they replayed the same show 3 times, and they had a couple other ones. I know they had a circle, like a hoop dancer, and I don't remember what else. They also had like a Oddities show, freak show kind of deal over on the other side of the hall. But I saw it last year, and it's the one that's presented by Rainy Day from Georgia, I believe. And it's a pretty interesting thing. If you haven't done it before, it's fun. But like, there were 3 of us. If it was just me, maybe I would have done it, but I didn't want to force everybody else to pay money because like I was literally the only one in the group of 3 that spent any money over there. Well, okay, that's a lie. The friend bought alcohol. So I think having entertainment on top of like a shopping thing is such a cute, like cool thing to do, because some of us get like super overwhelmed in crowds, and like having it outside of the room was very, very beneficial for us because all 3 of us are neurodiverse people and we need our space. We need to get out, and it was nice to be able to get out, sit down for a while. Oh, while we were waiting for the show, somebody from NPR came up and interviewed us, and like, I don't know, my husband was so silly. He didn't realize what he was signing us up for. He was just being very nice. The guy came up and asked if he could interview us for NPR, and he's like, sure. And like, me and our friend like just looked at him. We're like, you know, you just signed us up for something social, right? So they asked us questions, and like, of course, me being me, when they asked me what was the spookiest thing that we saw, I was just like, well, spooky is like subjective, so like I don't know if anything was actually spooky. And they're like, okay, what's the spookiest thing? Like, can you give me an example? I'm like, I mean, there were cosplayers. I don't know how to answer this question because like it's not spooky to me, like it's normal everyday stuff. And then he eventually asked like, oh, what's one thing that you remembered? And like the 2 answered, and then like all of a sudden my brain, I'll put a video right here, my brain remembered this raccoon Santa, like Saint Nick taxidermy, and I love it so much. It was so cute, and like I wanted it, but also like I don't have a spot in my house for it. I hope somebody picks him up because he's so dang cute. I laughed when I saw him, and I was like, oh my god, it's so cute. And like even the NPR person, when I mentioned about it and I said it was so cute, he was probably like, yeah, that's not really that cute, but the fact that you're calling it cute is kind of funny. So I don't know if we're gonna make it onto NPR, but if we do, hope they don't have to do too much editing because I definitely stumbled through that. The show ended up being like a standing room only. We got inside 15 minutes before. They had a bunch of round tables in there, which that was a little bit weird, so we had to share a table with 2 other parties, and I felt really bad because like we sat in the very back, and I think that's the only reason why we were able to get a table at 15 minutes ahead, because like I didn't want to be so close. The carnival show or the circus show, like they were very dangerous acts, and like there was a couple times where I had to like turn away and be like, oh, I can't. They had one called curb stomping, and like, okay, so I turned to my husband, I'm like, I watched Funky Town, I cannot sit through this. And I'm like, why is my brain doing this to me? And like, I'm not like advocating to watch Funky Town, please don't watch it, like it's not good, but I did watch that when I was younger, and seeing somebody like have their teeth on top of like concrete blocks, and then seeing another one on top of their head that they're going to like slam a sledgehammer on, like my heart was pounding. Like it was so scary. And like I'm kind of glad we sat in the back because I know I'm I get kind of squeamish nowadays. So, but like it was a really, really cool show. Like I'm very, very glad I went to it. I love that they're doing like sideshows like that because it just really reminds me of the alternative subcultures. How circus performers were like an essential part of a lot of circus shows. And I just thought it was a really cool thing to have there. It's like a modern version of a circus, but like more catered to the cult. The concessions were concessions. I don't remember what they had. I remember smelling burnt popcorn at one point. They have nachos. It was just like stadium food, which you kind of get used to it after going to a bunch of shows. It would be very, very nice if they had like food trucks. Last year they had a food truck. This year they had a snow cone thing, and I don't know if it's because like the Heritage Park, Osceola Heritage Park, is a little bit more strict on food guidelines. It'd be really fun to have like spooky themed food trucks out there. I don't know how, if there is a market for that out there, or not market, but like I don't know if there's a lot of vendors for that out there. It'd be really cool. I know there was like a spooky bakery set up in there. Well, I mean, not their bakery, but like they brought a lot of their prepackaged foods, and that was interesting. So it'd be really nice to see more spooky food vendors, especially food trucks with edible food that's not chips and dip like plastic cheese. That'd be great. I will commend them for having Pepsi in a Coca-Cola world. Like everything in the Orlando area is pretty much owned by Coca-Cola, so it was nice that they had Pepsi products. I am more of a Pepsi product drinker than Coca-Cola. I'm still not a fan of Aquafina, but you know, water's water. When a girl's thirsty, a girl's thirsty. So the food, glad that we saved up our tummy space for sushi. Going back to like the vendor space and having a bigger space, even though it was a bigger space, it was a lot busier. And I think it's because there were 200 plus artists there. And a lot of artists, I've noticed this because I've been watching a bunch of like Artist Alley vloggers. A lot of them will advertise on their Instagram, and because 200 plus people were advertising, they had all of their followers like looking at their stuff and be like, hey, I get to see them IRL, let's go to this thing. So it was still a very busy event, a lot more walkable. I think, I don't remember because I sat off to the side a lot last year because like I was by myself and I was drinking and I needed to like get some space. I think I went outside maybe once, but I tried not to go outside because one, it was too hot. Two, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get in. This event only accepted Ticketmaster purchases online, and they did not take any at-door purchases. They did have like a little QR code for purchases before you got into the security area, but I don't know if they raised the price or not for that. But either way, it had to be purchased through Ticketmaster, and I had to download Ticketmaster on my phone to be able to get in. But speaking about like vendors in general, one of the Russell Reynolds, I talked to them because I remember seeing them at MegaCon and like letting them know that we appreciate their art, and I was telling them I want to vend one day at shows like this. And the creator of the Ida bags was like, keep sewing, because like they complimented my dress. And afterwards I had picked up the pin from the other artist, and we were just talking about like glow in the dark stars and all that. And I was just like, yeah, I crochet, I do sewing, I do all this, and I really, really, really want to start selling at shows one of these days. And the creator of the Ida bag was like, keep sewing. And I'm like, thank you so much. Because like that'd be so cool. I don't think that it would be the first event I go to, but when I start selling stuff, it's absolutely going to be in the first year that I want to vend at this store or this market. There were three, I think I mentioned this earlier, but there were 3 empty spots, and I don't know if it was because they weren't filled, but like they had little like squares like they were going to be filled. There was no like label or tag or anything. So I think the vendors were told what like number they're going to, and they had them set up there. And like I think they had to bring their own tables, and that's why you saw so many canopies, was because a lot of them are outdoor night market type vendors. I think a lot of people also took advantage of the fact that it was indoors, so that's why I was so busy. Anyways, going back to the selling at market, I also got stopped by a mutual who complimented me on my dress. She had already complimented me on my dress on TikTok, but she was like, I will buy it from you. I don't care what alterations that I have to do. Whenever you start selling it, please, please sell it. And I'm like, it like gave me such a confidence boost, and I'm so grateful for her for like telling me that. And I'm actually like kind of pleasantly surprised that I saw her. I mean, I have seen her in like other like alternative areas, like not physically because I don't go out very often because I'm so socially awkward. And I don't think she's as socially awkward as I am because like she's the one that approached me when we first met. It's just so fun like seeing mutuals that you don't really know IRL, but like you kind of bump into once and talk to. I think that's what makes it so fun about Oddities shows. And like I want to be brave. Like that's why I talked to Russell so long, was because like I want to like be more with the artist and talk to the artist and befriend the artist so that like they can give me tips and tricks, and like also like see their art and like watch them grow in this space. And like I only recently felt comfortable with calling myself an artist because I've always like been like I have to follow the patterns, but lately I haven't been following the patterns exactly. And like even if I am following the patterns, I'm kind of changing it up with my accessorizing or with like other like layers, and I think that does constitute as being an artist. So anyways, it was just like really nice to have that kind of confirmation of people like saying, hey, your art looks great. A lot of people complimented on my bandana, which I'm like still so very shocked about. Like this got a lot of views on YouTube Shorts, not so much on TikTok. TikTok's like, it's hit or miss. The dress got a lot of views on TikTok. Other places, not as much. So it's like hit or miss. Instagram is just like one of those, it's a slow burn thing. I eventually hit 1,000 on my like good videos, which honestly, I kind of been sleeping on Insta and YouTube Shorts. So I'm very grateful for my current journey in social media. But yeah, it's so encouraging to be able to go to these shows and have other artists say, hey, I like the art that you're wearing. And like, I can't wait to get there. I'm rambling. I need to go. I'm running out of memory. I have 54 minutes left of recording. Probably less than that because I've been yapping for 4.5 minutes. Not even talking about the rest of the video because I segment this. So I gotta go. I gotta start editing this so I can post it tomorrow. And I'll see y'all. I'm posting again on Wednesday from like this past week, my normal schedule, which I think I want to keep my schedule on like posting every Wednesday. It's not going to be like something super serious every single week. It's not like I'm going to have something planned every single week. It's going to be like, what am I doing that day kind of deal, because I see myself as more of a vlogger doing this. When I want to do like planned stuff, I'm going to keep that in my shorts just because like my brain doesn't have the spoons to do more than just a minute worth of content. So anyways, I gotta go. I keep on rambling. Gotta stop talking. Bye!